Hey, I am BB Pro, Johnnie O Jackson here, and you're now watching The Hardcore Truth with Johnnie O Jackson, and I am Johnnie O Jackson. Welcome in, everybody, to this week's edition of The Hardcore Truth with Johnnie O Jackson. This week, I'm going to be talking about strength training or powerlifting versus bodybuilding, and how I was able to merge the two together during my career and use that as my training method. So I'll start with bodybuilding first. Bodybuilding was my first love, but mind you, people, dubbed me a powerlifter turned bodybuilder, but that wasn't true. Obviously, I was always a bodybuilder. Bodybuilder was my first love, like I said. So in saying that, we know with bodybuilding training is all about sculpturing. It's all about, breaking down the muscle. So once it heals bigger and stronger. The key word is bigger. Bodybuilder training is about keeping your muscles under tension for as long as you possibly can. So important to help break down the muscle, to help change the muscle. So each time you go into a show, you have a oh so slightly change in your physique, or if you're lucky, have a major change that the judges can see and reward you for. You also have to look at yourself subjectively as well so you can pinpoint your weaknesses. Remember that old saying, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And that's within lifting or powerlifting or bodybuilding, because when you're on stage presenting your body, you're only as strong as your weakest body parts. Remember that. So always look at yourself subjectively so you always can fix, what your body's lacking. I always say you should look at yourself in a negative way to where you focus on all the negativities, not the positive. Your positives will keep getting positive genetically, So you need to work on the negatives to bring them up to try to match the positives, and the positives will keep on growing and look even better. And then if you could even out your body, because yes, again, that's what bodybuilding is about your structure, about muscle bellies that are even size to flow from one muscle into the other. And also the V taper, of course, when you're standing on stage, having that small waist, big chest, wide shoulders, and of course, big quads and nice sweep on your quads. So running like that, I really couldn't maintain a lot of leg size. I had to be quick. I had to be able to cut on a dime. So it was so important for me to stay flexible and not have as much size on my legs. Where upper body, I was free to train, chest, arms, back at will. And the bigger I got, the more I liked it and the more attention I got for it. So the more I went after it, of course. What I'm saying is make sure you look at yourself subjectively, make sure you look at your weaknesses first and train off your weaknesses to improve them, and like I said before, your positive will maintain and continue to get better. What you want is your negatives to bring them up to balance your body out. So important on bodybuilding to be balanced. The only problem with that was when I was ready to pursue bodybuilding, then I had a lot of work to do. Then I had to turn my attentions to, like I said, my lacking body parts, because it was revealed, pretty quick. Pretty much as soon as you get on stage, you're not hiding anything under those lights with a pair of speedos on. Everything's revealed. You're not hiding anything. I'm trying to tell you. And so saying that, I was aware of, my weaknesses when it comes to legs. Besides squatting, heavy squatting, we're talking about box squats. Also with back and deadlifts, not just pursuing the deadlifts or performing the deadlift, but actually rack pulls, and those different exercises. I touched bases with you on a few of them, but you have to do your research and find out about the different powerlifting exercises that complement, each certain body part that you're trying to enhance or try to make stronger. But like I said, guys, I found out and figured out and researched and through trial and error, made the power of bodybuilding my style of training. There's I always say there's 50 million different ways of training. You got to find out which one works for you, which one help you get closer to the goal that you set for yourself. That's most important. You can't just sit there and look at what somebody else is doing and project it on yourself, or think, I need to do what this guy doing because he looks good, because you're not him. Genetically, you're not him. So there's no telling what'll happen if you do what he's doing, if you're going to get the same results or not. So do your research, find out what works for you, write it all down, and be consistent with it. Once you do find out what training method is right for you, stick with your guns, no matter what people say. I mean, for years and years and years, I get hounded by many of the pros saying, "Why are you powerlifting? Leave that alone. You need to bodybuild. This is where you make your money in bodybuilding, not powerlifting. It's such a risk." But, it's just my love of lifting, my love of challenging myself, my love of getting in and grinding every day and walking out of the gym knowing, I turned every corner. I, did everything I could in my power to make sure my body changed and I become the best me possibly I can be, getting ready for anything, whether it's a powerlifting meet, bodybuilding show. It doesn't matter. It's all up to you. Anyway, I'm Johnnie O. Jackson. This edition of The Hardcore Truth with Johnnie O. Jackson, thank you guys for coming in, listening. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys comment. Let me know what you want to hear from me, and subscribe. Thank you, Generation Iron. We'll see you at the gym.